After the death that shook the entire country, I decided to step up as a community activist and create a global podcast, Woke by Accident. Here, I amplify compelling news stories and matters impacting African Americans and their communities. My goal is to give a voice to the voiceless and have the difficult conversations needed to advance relations and matters of race. Tune in to Woke by Accident podcast. I am your host, Jen, and it is streaming on all of your favorite streaming platforms, as well as our website, www.wokebyaccident.net. Thank you for listening and take care.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Woke by Accident podcast. Today we have a special guest. We have Sambaza, creator and host of the Sambaza Podcast, who proudly hails from the Republic of Kenya from East Africa. He is a two-time nominee for the Best Diasporan Podcast from the APVA for 2020 and 2022. He also has been a presenter at the Afros and Audios Podcast Festival discussing Pan-Africanism. And if you've been with us the last 2 weeks, you have seen our good friend Sambaza here for our Black History Challenge, and he is back to give us another part of the challenge. Welcome, Sambaza.
Thank you. Can I say an amen to that?
Okay.
Oh, thank you for having me back. Jen, by now you should be able to say that with confidence and say it, loud and proud, because, hey, it's week 3. We're already on week 3. Can you imagine? It sounded like it was going to be long. It's not like those 30 days that we used to do back then, like 30 days of podcasting straight. That was different. At least weekly, we can manage.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about it?
No, I feel great. I'm glad that you have been such a willing participant. You've been energetic and excited to dig in. You've been encouraging others. You've been sharing the content. I appreciate that. I've seen your posts on Clubhouse even, and I've been trying to, do my part and share on the Twitters and the threads and the TikToks.
I see that. It's been wonderful. It's been a wonderful experience. And yeah, and today we're on episode 3. So I guess you're gonna start the intro for what we're gonna talk about there. I'm really excited with what we have for today. So go ahead, let's get this thing started.
For sure. I appreciate your enthusiasm. That's amazing. So we've done some different categories, as you might have noticed, guys. Today we do have a special category and theme. Today we will get into the category of hometown heroes. So we will highlight some powerful and inspiring prominent Black leaders who hail from our hometowns. And it sounds like you have adopted Texas since coming from the Republic of Kenya. So you'll be we'll be excited to hear about your Texas hometown hero. And I am from St. Louis, Missouri, and so I will bring you a hometown hero from St. Louis.
Oh, that'll be awesome. I'm ready to hear who you got today. Who you got?
Okay, sounds great. So, I have selected Dr. Hadiyah-Nicole Green. She is a physicist and cancer researcher, and she's been known for her groundbreaking work in cancer treatment. And so she was, is born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri. She earned her bachelor's degree from the Alabama A&M University. She went on to complete her PhD at the University of Alabama at Birmingham. And let's see, Dr. Green is widely recognized for her work in developing a novel cancer treatment using laser activated nanoparticles. I mean, she is literally working on a cure for cancer, and it's just amazing and fascinating the work that she's been doing. And she's been recognized by so many organizations. She's gotten a BET award even. She's been awarded a $1.1 million grant from the Veterans Affairs Center for Innovation to further develop her cancer treatment. And I know she posts on social quite a bit, spreading the word about her organization, which let me share the Orly Smith Cancer Research Foundation. And I just want to share that with you guys. And we appreciate the ones who are checking us out on the visual episode as well. Be sure to like and subscribe on the YouTube if you are checking us out on the visual. And this is Dr. Hadiyah-Nicole Green and her website, Orly Smith Cancer Research Foundation. And if people are so inspired to do so, they can donate to the foundation. It is a nonprofit, and this will go to really great and powerful work for cancer research. And she's actively involved in community outreach and education as well, especially promoting STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education among the underrepresented groups. She's dedicated to addressing healthcare disparities and ensuring that her research has a positive impact on these underserved communities. So, and I was thinking about someone who we could cover. I thought about her. I don't know her personally, but we do share a lot of people that we know in common. And so I was just moved by the work that she's doing. And she's definitely a hometown hero.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mhm.
So you are in the same circles? You ever met her?
Correct. So I think we know some same folks, but I don't know her personally. I haven't had the pleasure, but I definitely will link this or tag her in our post so that she can see that we, recognized her work, especially being someone from Missouri. I'm definitely proud to, be a Missourian with her.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'd be happy to see you have a podcast with her. Kind of talk about her
Hey,
achievements, and everything that she's done for
that's an idea.
Yeah, it's really great because I have seen her profiles coming in here and there. Yeah, that's a nice hometown hero that you have there. Now mine is a guy called Roland Parrish. Now how I found him actually it was by accident because they're doing Black History Month on our local news radio station, and they talked about it. The reason why it intrigued me is because he also donated to a hospital in Uganda, and it has his name on it. Now, who the guy we're talking about here is Roland Parrish, and he was born in Indiana, and he is owner of Parrish Restaurants Limited. Oh, there he is. All right. So is a Hammond, Indiana, and attended Purdue University, and he's a great alumni of Purdue University. I think he has a building named after him, and like I said, he owns Parrish Restaurants Limited, and there are 21 McDonald's. Now, one thing you have to realize with Mr. Parrish, it was not an easy thing to get to where he is, being an owner and operator for these franchises, because he kept on being denied that franchise request to get a McDonald's in. But then he opened his, I think somewhere in the 2000s. I'm not correct. I didn't get a figure, but when he started his franchise, then he moved up and currently owns 21 McDonald's in the Dallas area. Now he is an ardent charitable guy. And through his foundation, he gives athletic scholarships, and he's always involved in anything that comes about in the Dallas community, especially the underprivileged kids, and anything that's to do with helping out the community. The St. Philip's School Community Center in South Dallas, where he's he's pledged like $1 million. I don't know why I said.
Oh wow.
And in 2003, he hosted an annual miracle on Highway 65, and throughout the years, 3,000 students have received bikes and helmets through the parish donation, up to 300,000. I think my kids have actually gone there to fix in these bikes when they were younger. That's before COVID happened. which is interesting. Something else you had sent me, so I'm gonna go verbatim and read this about him. So he has success. We that one there's no discussion about it. I guess we can say.
Mm-hmm.
He is great in his hospitality and business industry, owner and CEO, as we said, of Parrish Restaurants. Actually, in 2017, he made a historic 2.5 million donation to University of Texas, Austin, Macomb School of Business, which resulted in naming the school's name to Parrish Field.
Okay.
Hey, you know what we always used to say about these things? People stopped putting portraits. Now you get your names in hospital wings or, school institutions like that. That's how you see going. So I guess he's making a great thing in his part to help the community, and then to come out as a Black person out there with a business acumen that is as great as his. One thing, like we said, he never gave up, and he stood by what he wanted to do, was to start that McDonald's franchise. I guess he figured out something about it that he could make good on with regard to the African American community. And look at it now, he has lots and lots of it coming out. And then again, philanthropy. Giving back to the community is what is great about this. Well, I guess it's a corporate responsibility. That's what they call it. But
for sure,
it's I guess it sounds different when it comes from our people. You know what I'm talking about? Doing corporate responsibility. So yeah, that's what I have about Mr. Roland Parrish, and glad to make him my hometown hero. I don't think I'll be able to have a chance to interview him. Maybe, who knows? But
maybe.
Dreams are valid. Dreams are valid. Dreams are valid. We say that, right?
Yeah, we will take him as well.
So
for sure,
we have for our two hometown heroes.
For sure. I mean 2.5 million. That is huge. That's a huge donation.
And then
that's great.
It gets to help a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not about. I don't think. Are we talking about if it's the number? Yes, it's a big number, and normally the number goes a long way to helping, but it's the act of helping that we are. People look at the big numbers sometimes and get kind of lost in the number. Even $1,000 or $50 or $10. If a whole community puts in $10, you can go a long way and do lots of things.
That's true. It is. It reminds me of that show Undercover Boss. Do you ever look at that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get a kick out of that where, these high level, bosses, CEOs, CFOs go down to whatever, maybe it's a factory, maybe it's a sub shop, and they get their hands in and see what the real workers deal with, and then those heartfelt stories come out of it. You kind of wonder like, okay, this is really, but everyday people,
Yeah, it is. And the thing I like about it is that it does show you that sometimes they have like a disconnect of what it is from up, top down.
Yes.
And, yeah. But at the end of it all, I think it's a good job. He has done a good job for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So there was a tidbit that I had regarding a jockey that. I'm just going to throw this in. This was a jockey that was in the Kentucky Derby. He won it at 16. He's actually Black. And I don't have the name here. It was one of the little known fact.
Okay.
Yeah. I was trying to negotiate.
So what is the fact?
He's the youngest Black He's the youngest Black jockey to win the Kentucky Derby at 16. And
okay.
If I'm not correct, he still holds the record to date. You have it? I had to be on my Twitter.
Why didn't you tell me that earlier?
That's a surprise. That's a surprise.
Is that a surprise?
Little known fact. Do you have one?
No.
Tryezz. What you got?
There's so many. There's so many.
Okay.
But no, I do. There's so many. I can't leave it. Like, since you put me on the
The people who are viewing it, I mean, do you have one that falls into mind and like, okay, I know this one?
I actually saw a headline, and not to make this about Beyonce, but I just saw a headline that she is the first Black woman to have a #1 country song.
On the Billboard chart.
So yeah. So kudos and shout out to Beyonce for breaking that glass ceiling in country.
Yeah,
Because some people are not happy about melanated folks coming into the category, and I don't know why.
okay, I'm about to get it right now.
Okay, you do that. So, but shout out to Beyonce in the Texas, and that's she's shouting out Texas in that song. So you may want.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of it. Yeah, she says she's from Texas and. So here's what I got. Right.
Okay.
In 1892, Alonzo Clayton became the youngest jockey to ever win the Kentucky Derby. He won the race at the age of 15, actually, not even 16, and still holds the record till today as the youngest winner.
And what year was that?
1892.
Okay. Wow.
Until today, nobody has beaten his record.
That definitely is a little known history fact for sure.
Courtesy of TikTok. There's a TikTok, not TikTok, but Twitter account that talks about Black history that I follow, and that always gives me some tidbits here and there that I use, and that's what I've been using actually right now to get some of these fun facts. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and speaking of facts of places where you can get Black history, I definitely want to remind folks that they can check out a good friend of ours website who dedicates all the content about Black history, Dominic Lawson and the Black is America podcast. Be sure to check that out, guys.
Guys, let me tell you. Look at me here. That is one of the best podcasts that you want to go watch or listen to. Okay, because now they're going to move to YouTube. But if you really want to get information and have the story in mind, it actually brings you back, just like the way NPR does it. He does the same way, and it's really great. Count me on that one. Just come and send the comments down here when you listen to it. Send us the comments and tell us what you think about it.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Speaking of little known Black history facts, that is a website or podcast where you can learn so much about Black Americans and what they have done in this country and the contributions and so on. So definitely recommend that as well. For sure.
I get some questions, right?
Yeah.
And from Sambaza has the questions. Why did we do the hometown heroes?
Yeah, so I think it's, important to acknowledge and celebrate the achievements of African Americans, prominent leaders in our neighboring communities. As they're, just as going back into history, there's people right now, this year even, who have made significant contributions to this country that need to be celebrated and recognized and shared. So I definitely agree that both of the people that we picked, your pick and my pick, were ones that folks need to know about.
Yeah, right. And then, as I say, charity begins at home. So definitely we have to start from home and then expand to the world. I'm sure you have your local, everybody here, you do have your local hero. And if you're watching this and you have a local hero that you want to put out there, maybe we can feature and also learn about it. Just go ahead and put it down in the notes, and we'll take a look at it and research on it And if it's something, we'll probably talk about it in our upcoming episodes that
Okay.
are coming. Hopefully, um, we'll continue this as a different part, not a challenge. But
Yeah.
yeah, just give us your local hometown hero on the comments, and then we'll look at it, and we'd appreciate all your comments and suggestions. And
That
also,
sounds great.
okay, so now that we want to talk about these hometown heroes, now how do they affect our Black History Month? You know,
Hmm.
today's Black History Month, not like when we were talking about this before, we were talking about mostly, the Martin Luther Kings and Malcolm X. Their
Right.
generation was more like a fight to gain some advantages for the people of the future. Now we're in the future. Um, the two that we have right now, they're all going on a different aspect of promoting blacks
Hmm.
as forefront, as in the forefront, in terms of being in the same level as in terms of business and medicine. So my question to you is, how do they affect the Black History Month, or how do they affect the child of today watching this, or listening to Black History Month, when you talk about these two?
Yeah, for sure. And for my pick, Dr. Green, I would say, and I would definitely feel that she would inspire our children of today, our young people, wanting them to get involved in science and STEM and learn all they can. Cancer is impacting our community, so many communities, at such a alarming way. I just lost a really close relative, from impacts and illnesses related to cancer and other illnesses. So, I mean, for someone to, not only have they made this achievement of becoming a doctor, but they've really carved out this project and dedication to solving disease that has really impacted our community, our country for years. Is just incredible. It just really is incredible. And the research and the work is possible. It really is possible. And for such a young person to dedicate this, and I think it's named after like her grandmother or something like that, which is a nice tribute in itself, for what she's experienced, and then to share with others and then get young people involved. I definitely just feel like it's an inspirational type of thing.
Oh yeah, and did you know that black women doctors account for only 6% of the total?
Really?
Yeah, total amount,
Wow.
only 6%. So
Yeah.
there definitely needs to be a spotlight on them, and tell the girls that you can do this,
Yes.
and get out there. And once they see her coming out and letting people know about what she's doing, and it'll kind of demystify the whole idea that it can never be done. So
Right.
it's a
Right.
profession that some people can go into. um for the part of business, when
Hmm.
I look at business, a lot of us African Americans are into business, and Africans too. We're also into high level business. um I'm thinking that it will solidify at this point in time. Dr. Not doctor, but Mr. Roland Parrish is going to
Hmm.
solidify the fact that you can make it in the business world. You can make it to the
Hmm.
upper echelons of business, despite of your background and what you've done. You just have to put hard work. As an African, what I realized when I came to America is, for everything you put in your hard work, you'll always get something out of it. It's never
Hmm.
like 1 plus 1 is going to be 0. No, it's always going to be 1 plus 1 is going to be 2. So whatever you work
Hmm.
hard for, you are going to get it. So he's going to inspire our next group or next generation of kids that will, one, look at it, look at business as a viable thing to do, especially branching
Hmm.
out on your own. Also the philanthropy. giving back.
Mm-hmm.
When you start giving back and show that, giving back is not a bad thing, you give back to your community and help the community rise up. You rise up with the community. There are a lot of disparities that we're having. We also talked about housing. We can talk about a lot of things, but, just the fact that he is in the forefront also about his philanthropy helps, so
It does.
and then when you extend it over to Africa, that's a big deal. I was really impressed, and me personally, and this is my thought. Whenever I see an African American doing some type of donation work or charity work, let's say charity work. I don't know why I say donation work, but doing some charity work that involves an African country out there and creates an impact, I find that very, very special and endearing, because to me, I believe that they're connecting back to Africa, and also they realize that even though there's also the home, it's like you have your home here that you need to also take care of. There's also somebody else that you can take care of. So we're all balancing the whole world. Like the whole world is the whole world is a global village. So you're reaching out to the rest of the world and say, okay, I'm in America. I'm also helping my people come up, but also you too can come up with us. So there's that factor. And that's my take on this.
Awesome. And awesome questions there. I'm glad you shared that to dig in a little deeper there. So we have one more week in the official challenge.
So what are we going to talk about next week?
Do you have thoughts or ideas?
Well, I think okay. So I think this we kind of like wind down what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Maybe throw in a little bit of what we have done before, if there was anything that we may have missed a little bit, and then revise as a whole what we have been talking about and what Black history really has meant to us, and what we've learned, actually, things that we've learned, and maybe what we need to learn.
Okay, that sounds great. So next week, Sambaza has agreed to come back, guys.
Hey, I'm always here. Anytime you ask me, I'm going to be there.
Awesome. So he'll be back, and we'll
shout out to the C4 Collective, for bringing us together, and we'll always be coming around and hanging out. And I think as part of this show, I don't know what we're going to call it, because I'm actually guesting on your show with Sambaza Podcast. Hey, where's the ticker? Hey, I need the ticker.
Oh yeah, we'll find a button for that.
But anyway, I think after a while we probably should bring some of the guys from the C4 Collective and kind of give their opinions. Maybe continue with this.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
For sure.
Or maybe continue. Yeah, whatever we'll do. I think you guys, like I said, tell us in the comments what you want to listen to, and this will be next week, and what you want to see, and we'll bring it to you. We'll try our best and bring it to you. I don't know what this show is going to be called after the Black History Month.
Well, I mean, okay, I'm looking forward to that. We have some other episodes in the can that we'll be sharing too. So I'm excited to have Sambaza back. We definitely would be glad to open up the platform to our C4. Have an author lined up. I just have to get the book in. So yeah, I have some ideas. I have some things cooking on the shelf.
I'm kind of liking this Wednesday deal. It is really
cool. Look at you getting inspired.
It's getting my creative juices out, and
it is.
And then I can get myself. I don't have to fear the mic.
It is. And guys, for watching the visual episode, check out Sambaza on all the socials. We have the Instagram rolling on the ticker.
All socials. Hey, I'm everywhere. I'm Twitter, but everything is at Sambaza Podcast. So if you go to even I have a LinkedIn account, by the way. There's LinkedIn.
Oh,
There's
okay.
everything. Go search
I know
Sambaza.
you're on the TikTok.
Oh, TikTok, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to make a Walk by Accident TikTok page. I just
Oh, you're not on
haven't.
TikTok yet?
You know what? I am, but it's just the gin. So I have like some of my other content.
Well, I did put it on my TikTok. So my TikTok contains a little bit of me and
So
a little bit of me being
or maybe I do. I don't
myself
remember.
at some time. But most of it is podcasting. So
Okay.
a lot of the podcasting work that I do, I put it out there.
Yeah, I think I just have it all lumped together though. I don't have like a separate one for the podcast, which I do need to make one. Um,
Sometimes it's okay to share both. I mean, there's you,
yeah.
your reality, your life. There's
I know. That's I kind of
sometimes,
like it together. Yeah.
yeah. Well, like Instagram, I have two Instagram accounts. There's one personal and one for
Well,
Sambaza.
yeah, I
When
do
it comes
too.
to Facebook, there's one Facebook and then there's one for Sambaza. But when it comes to LinkedIn, one for me and then one for Sambaza. There's another one.
Oh.
Everything has it's only TikTok that I primarily just left it as that and just put a little bit of stuff about myself and
Okay.
showing other people. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but guys, check that out, and we'll also have the link in the show notes too. So please support Sambaza Podcast. Check out his episodes.
You know, I was supposed to send you some things to put on the link a few weeks back, but
Oh, okay. Well, you said you got Linktree too, right?
yeah, I got linked to. No, there's some links for some of the things that we talked about a few weeks back.
Oh,
I sent them to you. I'm sorry, and guys,
that's
I'm
okay.
sorry. Not her. It's me, not Jen.
Okay.
Somebody's the problem. I mean, I gotta be
You're the
honest.
problem. All right. So we've that was a good wrap up. We were kind of talking about next week. We're gonna recap Black History Month and maybe add in a nugget or two,
Yeah.
and then see what we'll talk about for next time, and see if we can wrangle in some other creators for you guys. But yeah, this has been great. Emphasizing significance of continuously learning and appreciation for Black history. So definitely excited about that. And we definitely want to express our gratitude to our co-host Sambaza during this challenge. And we challenge you guys to dig into some more Black history for yourselves, as we mentioned before. To celebrate valuable contributions to this great country that we're living in. Any other thoughts to share?
For me, oh Jen,
Yes.
I'm good. I'm gravy. I want to say thank you for inviting me and giving me this learning experience. And this journey has been awesome. I think
Great.
every week I'm really stoked to just come. When Wednesday show comes up, I'm like, yeah, we got to do this. We got to do this. So I'm happy to be here, and thank you for doing the invite, giving me the invite, and kind of hanging out with you today. And as
Sounds good.
always a pleasure.
For sure. Likewise, we appreciate you as well. We think you're doing amazing content. I'm definitely proud of the work that you're doing with Afro's Audios and the Black Podcast Association. And yeah, we appreciate your expertise.
And with
For
the
sh-
Baraza Media Lab or Sema Box.
Hey, shout it out.
Yeah, before Diana said that, okay, that one we're working on it. We're working on something. I'll let you guys know. But
Okay,
yeah,
and this is a media group out of Kenya, right?
yes, it is.
Okay.
We'll probably talk about it next week and do something and tell you what it is.
Yeah, we would love to hear about it.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so SEMA Box, guys. SEMA Box.
No, when you say SEMA,
Baraz.
okay, so I'm gonna teach you as we go along this whole journey. You're gonna learn how to say some words, and some words mean some other things. Now, when you say SEMA means
Who got the keys to my
when you say SEMA, it's actually correct grammar for talking about a particular food. We call it ugali. It's
Okay.
corn flour mixed hard corn. It's corn flour that you mix and then it's kind of hard. I'm going off on a tangent here. So when you say sema, but when you say sema, it means talk,
Okay.
like talk box.
Okay. We like it. Sounds great. And you are going to be contributing, so let's please check that out. He'll share a link that we can share. There's links, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll definitely put them out there and I'll send them to you and then we'll share them on the comments. But guys, please comment
Yeah.
tell us how we've been doing, what we can do better. And like I said, without you, we're just gonna be hanging out here, just me and Jen. No idea if we're making progress, but you can tell us.
Hey, we appreciate that. Yeah, definitely welcome feedback and encouraging words, friendly words. Bring it on. We appreciate that for sure. So, Sambaza will be back, guys. So, we definitely appreciate you. And with that, take care. At this time, we're going to go ahead and conclude the episode. We greatly appreciate you listening. We invite you to follow us on social media. On Instagram, it is Woke by Accident Podcast. On Twitter, it is Woke by. On Facebook, it is Woke by Accident Podcast. We also have the new website up, www.wokebyaccident.net. Please check us out. And also follow us on all of your favorite streaming platforms. And please leave a review and share feedback. You can also reach out by Gmail, wokebyaccident@gmail.com. And every time you listen, we appreciate it so much. Thank you for listening and take care.